The Open-TYNDP model builder developed by Open Energy Transition, which combines scenario building and cost-benefit analysis into one integrated workflow, is ready to use. All code and documentation is open, and the model can be fully run by yourself by following the installation guides and this video. For Windows users, you can simply download and run the Open-TYNDP Windows installer, which you can find in the releases page. More details on the installation are also provided in the repository. Firstly, download and go through the installer instructions, then wait 5 to 10 minutes for the setup and environment to be ready. Once finished, you can open and activate the environment by opening your Start menu and searching for the Open-TYNDP PowerShell on your device. This will open a terminal window already in the repository directory with the Open-TYNDP environment activated. You can test and run the workflow in many different ways. The full workflow, which includes all scenarios, so national trends, distributed energy and global ambitions, and different climate years for scenario building and cost-benefit analysis, can be run with Pixie Run TYNDP. However, if this is the first time running the workflow, all the data needs to be retrieved alongside the model running and solving, which will take more than an hour when running all scenarios. Therefore, you can also specify to the workflow which configurations you want, such as only running the National Trend Scenario or NT, either in the terminal, or ideally by editing the config file. We recommend opening the Open-TYNDP folder in an integrated development environment, making adjustments and running your scenarios. Once you run your scenario and it finishes, Pipes Explorer will open by default in your browser, where you can explore the results of your locally solved network. Simply check you have available networks to analyze and enter the dashboard. Here, for all or select regions and each planning horizon, you can check energy balance time series plots, energy balance totals, optimal capacities, capex and opex totals, as well as the network topology and much more. Importantly, you can also analyze other solved networks such as our 0.7.1 results. You can download the outputs folder from the release you are interested in, then find the solved network files or .nc files in the results and networks folder and copy them. In order to be able to analyze them, you want to paste them somewhere in the Open-TYNDP folder structure. For example, you can create a folder in the results or data folder and name it with the version of the networks. Now, all you need to do is in your terminal, type Pixie Run Pipes Explorer, followed by the path to your networks. If you want nice names, you can also add a colon with a desired name like NT2040. Once you run this, click on the port link in your terminal, which should open another Pipes Explorer instance in your browser. You can once again go through the different results from these solved networks and check different outputs that may be of interest to you. We welcome questions and suggestions, and will be making more videos and documentation on how to use the Open-TYNDP model builder to its full potential.